everyone. Welcome to Toy Break. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
I'm Brian.
Welcome back to the show, Brian.
Hey,
It's
I'm
been
glad
too
to be
long.
here. I'm glad to be here. It's
It's
fun.
been too long. We need you.
I'm here.
We need your voices.
I'm here. Oh,
We love you
there's
even
all,
more than just
all,
the voices.
all of them are in my head.
All right, so what are you watching? Good question. It's Voice Break. I mean Toy Break. No, nothing? Okay. What is Toy
I
Break?
see what you did there.
You heard what I did there. So what is Toy Break? It's your show that we bring you to watch about the wonderful world of toys. We talk about action figures and collectibles and art toys and plush and whatever else we can get our greedy little grubby toy hands on. So, Brian,
Yes.
how's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you into lately? What's your toy
How did
passion
you?
lately?
What did you call him?
When?
Just
Brian?
Just Brian? She never just says your one name. It's always
If you're not around, I call you
Brian
Brian T.
T.
Stevenson.
K. L. Stevenson.
I have a problem where I could rattle off. I'm like Jeff, Susan, Brian T. Stevenson. This person. And I'm
It's always-
it's Brian T.
always-
Stevenson.
It's always the full name.
That's who I am.
I can't help it. I don't know why I do it.
Because that's what it says on Facebook.
Yeah. I it's weird. I'm kind of collecting a lot of mainstream stuff that I had kind of not touched for a long time. Like, I started picking up the Mattel Halo figures, and I really like those.
Nice.
But then it also made me go back and get some of the McFarlane Halo figures that I skipped and realized that not that one is better than the other, but they're different. You know, the McFarlane ones are like a nice collector figure,
Right.
and the Halo ones that Mattel are making are toys. They're, you know, I mean,
You can play with
Yes.
it.
you can play with the huck across the street kind of
Yeah.
toy that I like so much. And
Get
they're
down in
really
the
nice
dirt.
Toys, yeah. Collecting the Transformers stuff, you know. I like the Combiner Wars stuff. Not as jazzed about the Titans Return stuff with the making everybody and their dog a headmaster hasn't really been my bag. But that Marvel Legends, I've been collecting a lot of the Marvel
Really?
Legends. So the X-Men line wave just came out with the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, and I got everybody but Cable and Deadpool out of that wave, and lining up all of those guys like Kitty Pryde and Wolverine and Havoc and Iceman and Rogue and Jean Grey, and it's just kind of like, wow, I didn't know I needed these figures until I had them right in front of me.
I didn't know I needed them.
Yeah, and they're
true.
great. And Marvel Legends is doing 12-inch figures again, and I got the Spider-Man the other day, and that thing is insane. Which is funny because I spent all this money. I went to Comic-Con, and I bought one action figure. I spent $25 on toys the entire time I was at Comic-Con, and it was for one action figure. And I walked up, we were walking past the Mattel booth, and there wasn't a big line, and I was like, I'd like to check out that Halo figure that they've got. It's got a little bit more paint and some stuff and some more accessories than the retail version, but I'd already had for like 4 or 5 weeks the retail version of that one. So, but I got in the line for as short as it was, grabbed that figure, and I was like, yeah, I only spent $25 at Comic-Con. Take that, Comic-Con. And then we got back, and then we got back, and Saturday I went out and I hit a couple of stores, Walgreens, Target, Toys R Us, and all the money I didn't spend at Comic-Con, I spent buying Marvel Legends and, you know, and a bunch of other figures. I think I got a couple of Star Wars Black figures. I think I finally tracked down a Jango Fett, you know, of course. But he's got really weird, you know, RuPaul eyebrows. They missed the tampo when they painted his eyebrows, so his eyebrows are all jacked up.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have to fix them. But I got a Namor, the Marvel Legends Namor, which is kind of cool. But yeah, just mainstream stuff.
Cool.
I bought a few indie things here and there, but I'm not really collecting a lot of, you know. I mean, I've been into like the Italian
I was gonna say, did you finish
Disney
off that Disney
stuff. I got there's one left.
one?
The De Agostini is an Italian company, and they made they made figures that they would market with the comic books because Disney comics are still really big in Italy. You know, they actually have. Now they're reprinting them all. IDW is reprinting them all here, so that's really cool. So I've been picking all those up and reading those.
That's awesome.
Because I don't have to translate them from Italian anymore.
It's a lot quicker.
It's really nice to have them
That
translated
helps.
for me. So I'm getting to read a lot of the stories that I had already read in Italian, and getting to read those in English now. But
Awesome.
But their figures are great. They're like depending on the character, like Mickey is 4.5 inches tall, but then Goofy's almost 9 inches tall. I mean, and heavy too. So and they're all PVC.
Okay.
They're PVC. They're injection molded. They're really nice figures. But there were 60 in the series. They did 2 different series of 60. They did one called Disney Parade and then another one called Disney Collection.
Which one are you collecting?
I'm getting the second one because the second one was a little nicer and the sculpts were a lot more uniform and they weren't as cartoony. They were more on model.
So you've got 59 of them?
I have 59 of them. And I just picked up. Wow. I just picked up one of them, the 59. One of the I was down to. There were 2 versions of Donald I couldn't find. There's a couple of different versions of Donald. And one of them was from the Duck Avenger New Adventures, which is him as like a superhero in space kind of thing. And then the other one that I don't have is the Three Caballeros version with the sombrero and the poncho and everything. So, but yeah, I have like 59 of them, and they look really great because it's everybody from Duckburg, and it's all the Mickey supporting cast.
So cool.
Like
Wow.
they've got like
You have to send a picture.
Yeah,
over.
yeah. It's
We
like
gotta be able to put a picture up while
they've
you're
got
talking about
they got Ludwig von Drake, Feathery.
Are these all
Dicky
open,
Duck.
or do you?
Yeah,
keep
I
everything
open them
you
all.
Open
Yeah,
everything.
I
Good
open
man,
everything.
good man.
Yeah, and display them. So, but yeah, I mean they've got Mickey supporting cast like his 2 nephews, Morty and Ferdy, and
Goofy's
Goofy's nephew. Gilbert Goof.
Him at least I kind of remember.
Yeah. He wore
Mickey's?
the graduation cap all the time, and he was like Goofy.
Was
but
Skater
shorter.
Kid that kid, or was that the
no,
TV show?
that's the one they created for Goof Troop. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Goof Troop,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
it.
The whole Disney
Oh,
afternoon
man.
thing was a totally different thing.
Okay.
And did away with a lot of it because the comics weren't selling in the United States.
Right.
After the 70s, the Disney comics just weren't doing well. They did the Disney Digest where they were, again, those were all just reprints of the Italian stuff.
Wow.
But then they went away for the longest time. Boom did them for, I think it was Boom. Yeah, Boom Studios did them for a little while. And they were, when they were doing like the original Darkwing Duck comic and all that kind of stuff, they were reprinting some of the Italian stuff. And then it went away for about 4 or 5 years, and then IDW started doing it again. So.
I guess I never realized you were that into all the Disney stuff.
Oh, it's crazy! It's crazy.
Like I knew, I knew
but that's
Donald,
the thing. In the comics, though, they're not all sugary and syrupy like they are, in like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or anything like that. I mean, Mickey is a freaking badass in his comic book. I mean, in his comic and in his comic strip, his newspaper strip, the syndicated newspaper strip by Floyd Gottfredson, that was in the newspapers for ages. He's a little badass, He's like he's an adventurer and a detective, and it's like he's really kind of rad, I mean, it's like and when I mean, if you go and watch some of the original Mickey Mouse cartoons, he's kind of a little turd, he really is, I mean, it's like it wasn't until I don't know when the transition kind of started, I mean, it was in the 50s or something, but if you watch anything prior to that, prior to Fantasia, anything that Mickey's in he's kind of a card, so it's, but anyway, so it's weird, it's
that's
like,
okay,
awesome.
so you have
That's
50,
a cool collection.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would that's all stuff that I was into as a kid, and when I got into the superhero stuff and all that, and started collecting all that and sci-fi, and I kind of fell out of like all the cutesy Disney stuff.
Yeah.
But here,
I'm too cool for that.
Yeah. Here recently, it's like it's like we all get back to our nostalgia, what we liked when we were a kid. It's like I still love my Ninja Turtles and I still love my Transformers and stuff like that. But I think Mickey was like the very first thing I ever said before I even said Mom or Dad. I think I said Mickey Mouse. So it's one of the first things I remember. At 4 years old, my dad took me to Disneyland. When him and my mom split up, he was kind of like, all right, we're just gonna go to California for 2 weeks, and I mean, went to Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, and sat in the hotel room and watched Wonder Woman on the TV on Saturday night, and I mean, it was it was pretty rad. So, but yeah, I just I kind of came full circle back into all the stuff that I liked when I was a kid.
Isn't it funny how we do that? It's also easy now when so much nostalgia is out there in products that are being created.
Yeah.
It's really easy to fall back into that. Okay, so real quick. So you got 59.
Yes.
There's 60. How actively are you searching for that last one, is my curiosity. Or are you, will you just run across it?
What is the last one? Is it the Donald?
It's the Donald Duck.
The one Donald?
Yeah. I have an eBay search going.
Of course.
Because all the ones that I've bought have either come from Italy or Greece, because that's the
Okay.
only places that they were sold. So I'm either getting, so most of the people that I'm buying them from are collectors that had them and are just unloading them.
Right.
So I got, I have a weekly thing that, updates me whenever new stuff gets added.
Okay.
Nice.
But the last one I found, the last Donald that I found was a complete, I was just like, I haven't checked in a while. And I'm scrolling along, and it was nice too, because most of the rarer ones go for go from anywhere between $40 to $75.
Whoa.
So it's been one of those things where it's like I can only get one at a time.
You gotta
when I
wait.
get them.
You gotta wait a bit.
Wait a
for
bit,
those.
yeah. So but then there are others that go for the ones that are plentiful are like $12, nine to $12. But
Yeah.
then there's about a dozen of them that were up into that
Where you had to
$50
really
to
get 'em,
$75 range.
Somehow the way you just said that reminded me of those like plate clubs that used to
Yeah,
join that.
yeah. It's kind of
Oh, it's only
I got like
$20.99
50 Star
a
Wars
month.
plates at home in
Yeah.
my mom's attic. Like, what am I gonna do with those stupid Star Wars plates?
Yeah.
Which, Hamilton collection. Was
Shot,
that it?
shot put.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Pull. But I picked it up, and I went through eBay and was like just scrolling through the one of my saved searches, and that one popped up, and I couldn't believe it popped up, because I was like, this thing is nobody has
pops up.
had this, and it was still on the card. Most of them you
Wow.
find they're loose and covered in dust, or and if they're coming from Italy or Greece, it's like you've got to pop them into Tupperware to get all the nicotine and smoke smell out of them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they just stink to high heaven when they show up. But this one was still sealed and everything, and the guy only wanted $25 for it, and I was just like,
He didn't know what he had.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's just because he had other ones for sale,
Yeah.
loose ones that were the going rate. So I don't know why this one just had for $25, and
Snap it up.
it was in Greece, so it was $10 shipping, and I was just like, yeah, sure.
So
I
let me
ordered
ask
it,
you.
and-
Just mentioned something. When someone gets toys on eBay and it does have that cigarette smell or that nicotine smell, what do you do? What's your go-to to solve that problem? Because we get asked that kind of question
Yeah.
all the time. Like, how can I
A
fix this? Or
Tupperware.
What do you do?
You get a brand. It's got to be a brand new one. If you get a brand new Tupperware, that the toy will fit in, and you seal it up in there for about 2 or 3 days. It's like not something where you can put it in. It's like, oh, hey, magic. But if you put it in there's something about the mold release and the plasticizer and everything in the Tupperware that it hasn't all completely off-gassed yet,
Right.
So if you take it and you seal it, and I mean, when I say Tupperware, it can be like Rubbermaid or anything like that,
Right.
But it's got to be like, that type of, heavy-duty, airtight thing.
Plastic Tupperware.
Yeah, and you seal it up. And
With nothing in there. Just
Nothing
the
in there,
toy.
yeah.
See,
just
I
the
always
toy.
heard put newspaper in there is what I heard.
I guess you could put other stuff in there, but yeah, I always just do it. Just put it in there, and it takes the smell
And the
out.
Tupperware takes the smell.
Yeah.
And then you just throw the Tupperware away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you
Interesting.
think about it, it's only a couple $1 investment in
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
rid of
Or
that.
I mean,
Never tried that.
you could use the Tupperware again. I mean, it's like you could air the Tupperware out, I guess, and it would eventually air it
probably
out.
just toss
But you
it.
could use it to like if you're storing like nuts and bolts or
Oh, right,
But that usually takes the
junk.
smell out of the toy.
Yeah.
And frees up the toy.
Yeah. No, I've had Ziploc bags do it too, but Ziploc bags take a lot longer to do it.
Interesting.
The Ziploc bag, I've had to stick something in it. It took almost a year. Like I got some vinyls
Wow.
that I put in a Ziploc, and it took a long time to get that out. But the Tupperware, it's a matter
days.
of days. I usually leave it in for a week just to be safe.
Why not?
I
But,
had no idea that worked.
yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
cool.
yeah.
All
It's
right.
a neat trick. It's a neat trick.
That is a neat trick. Thank you for sharing.
That's why I'm here.
No, you're here to look at toys.
All right, so I'm going to pull something out
Oh yeah.
of this bag.
What's in the
Of this bag.
of the bag.
That I don't think we may have just shown this on the 24-hour Toy Break.
I don't know
think,
if we showed. I don't know if we
but
showed.
I
it
don't
at
think it's
all.
ever been shown on Toy Break, and I think it's something that needs to be seen
Let's look.
because it was a handmade item, and I think it was delivered at DCon at
It
some
was?
point. I never even saw it during
It-
DCon.
You were doing stuff. Came up to the front. These things happen.
So these were made by Toma, right?
Toma. Hi, Toma.
In Japan, as a little, because he watches Toy Break.
And
So
he's
he'll
an
see
awesome
this.
guy.
He's an awesome dude. He'll be hopefully at DCon this year. He made.
Those are pretty rad.
Look at that. It's kind of funny
that
that
right?
that one doesn't. That one has to be the separate because he made
Yeah, that
the
one's a
separate body.
Those are pretty rad.
busts. Busts.
So good.
That's really rad. Is this
You have to
Ben?
be Ben since he's
Is
not
that
here.
Ben?
Why am I so angry? Amazing.
That is really cool.
I mean, these are so great.
I had never seen them until I think David Toy Break.
I feel bad that you hadn't seen them,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where you're at a con, and you talk to one person out of the group talks, and you're like, oh, this is amazing, and you talk, and you think, and then they get put down to be safe,
Yep.
and then you don't see them again until after the con, or until that box gets unpacked. You
And
know
of
how that
course,
goes.
Ben's was made with a separate detachable head so that he can become Marty McFly,
Oh, look at that.
and his little Marty McFly outfit,
That's cool.
which is pretty funny.
Well, that's why he's got the detachable head then.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
So I just wanted to bring those out because I don't think we had ever had them on Toy Break, and I found them while cleaning some stuff,
I'm so glad that you
and
brought
I
them
think
out.
they needed to be seen.
Thank you, George.
All right, so let's get into some toy stuff
those are
now.
rad.
And thank you, Toma, for these. These are amazing.
Thank you.
All right, let's put these over here.
Okay, moving on.
Now, these are
What you got?
These are a little old at this point, but and by old I mean a couple months, not like old.
I know.
but
I was like,
Yeah, I think by the time this
By
airs,
the
they'll
time
be-
this is
Vintage.
on, these are a little
the
old.
next wave might be out. But
But I just wanted to bring them on because you're here, Brian, and this is your part of your
part of the battle
part of your
tribes from
babies.
Spy Monkey, yes.
which is an amazing line, by the way.
And you know what? As of this filming, I don't even have a set of these yet.
What?
Well, you should have bought them like
Yeah,
I did.
yeah. I have the purple guy, but I don't have any of the. This is the first time I've actually had the green in my hand. So it's a Toy Break exclusive.
To you at least.
Which is your favorite head? Because these little guys come with what,
Well,
6 heads?
there's
Yeah.
6
Usually in the
heads.
back seat of a Buick is my favorite head, but no, I'm.
So
Oh my.
specific.
Because if you haven't seen them yet, and we've talked about them before, you came on. Was it during David Toy Break when you brought them over?
Yes.
I don't even
The
remember.
first time
It
was
was during-
24
Yeah.
hour.
That's what I mean,
This
yeah,
year's
24
24
hour.
hour, yeah.
So
And then Corey had.
that's
brought
right
them
on
over.
his
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have,
And
I don't know
Jeff.
if we've shown them again since then, but these are the Battle Tribe figures by Spy Monkey Creation. Is it just spymonkeycreation.com? Is that the website?
Yeah, SpyMonkeyCreations.com.
With an S?
With an S.
Okay.
That's not
At the
And-
beginning and the end?
Yes, yes. Yes, the S's.
Pie Monkey Creation.
And we also have an Instagram,
Battle Tribes.
Battle Tribes,
Yep.
which is
Now it's going to be Pie Monkey Creation.
yeah, which is our pictures that we've taken, pictures that fans have taken, pictures that customizers have taken.
Oh, cool.
Somebody customized one into a really cool Warlord figure
Nice.
recently, and you're seeing a lot of really neat customs. But man, I really like the slime guy. Jeremy, I need one of these. You need to bring one of these over to my house, man.
Hey, you can order it on the website.
I can order it on the website. Right?
Actually, super quick side note. You might be completely shocked at how many times people, not just in the indie toy scene, but like people working in the professional, whatever you want to call it.
Don't get
like,
the thing they make?
yeah, at a,
Yeah.
at a large company, you don't necessarily get a copy of that thing that you
Yeah.
sculpted or made. And
The Horsemen didn't, unless they ordered them. I
Exactly.
don't think they got any of their Masters of the Universe classic stuff.
crazy, right?
They never
well,
sent
because
them
you think,
yeah.
oh, they must have a box sitting in their garage, and it's not true.
I actually just placed an order this week for another figure I needed to get a birthday gift for someone. So I ordered it, and it's funny. I think I ordered it on Monday, and it was in my mailbox on Wednesday. I know we live close to you guys, but like,
Oh yeah,
it's like you drove over and put it in my
yeah,
mailbox.
yeah. Jay is
You
super,
drive over and put it in the mail.
Jeremy is super fast with the shipping.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
got
so-
it out really fast. Yeah, isn't that cool? There's like
Yeah.
a tampo on the slime shield.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, you
yeah,
haven't seen
yeah,
it.
yeah. No, I've
I know you've seen
I've seen pictures. I have the purple guy, but I like the way that the green,
cool.
the translucence of that green comes out on that head. right
Real
there.
nice. I think
I
my-
like the dino heads. I think I like the dino heads the most. I mean, the digital sculpting was really nice, but Jeremy hand sculpted both of these dino heads, and I really like them a lot. They both came out really nice. The Cyclops was kind of my contribution.
like him.
more
He's
or
like punk
less.
rock.
Yeah. He kind of got squeezed in the mold, but he still came out really rad looking.
I think my favorite head's the orc head.
Yeah, the orc's really cool.
I gotta
like
go with
that
the dinosaur
underbite.
too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this guy's rad.
That one looks really great on that purple.
Yeah.
Although
especially.
I like the way that pearl paint came out on this, on the wolf pack guy, on the wolf hunter head. That's really cool. I really like that. It's got a nice sheen to it. Those are really nice colors all the way around. They look a lot better. They look a lot better on person than they did in paper. On paper. I'm sorry. I'm so fascinated about a toy I've made that I've never seen in person. So, or I had a hand in making. I didn't make them. The factory did.
I think one of my all-time favorite details on this figure, and I think I may have mentioned it on the old episode where we talked about it, is the belt buckle that is like the like very new.
Yeah.
Like
it looks like it came from
Sears.
Sears.
Totally,
Yeah.
Totally got that.
Well,
at
and
Sears.
it's like in hindsight too. We're looking at that, and because that thing to paint this thing, the amount of paint hits, and especially if we do the buckles and everything, and we paint the straps,
it costs too much to make.
it's
this
so ridiculous how many paint hits it takes. And you see, we got the little lip over the belt.
figure. Yeah.
So that's got to be painted too. So as a
Yeah,
separate
of course.
hit. So it's such a we got some of the first samples in and it was just like, oh wow, we didn't think this through.
That's why
but-
you
You
get
learn.
samples.
But we it looks really good. It gives a nice color break. But yeah, I think the next time we do like a crotch piece or anything like that, we're gonna make sure that the belt is a little more integrated into the piece and isn't so standalone or anything like that. So
I still love it though.
yeah, it came yeah, but exactly. It's like it's got that full on regular. This is all like animal skins and all that, and then it's got a perfectly
Sears belt.
perfectly yeah exactly dad belt.
you gotta go pick up a new belt sometimes. Sometimes your skins are falling down. Emergency belt.
And we mentioned glyos a lot on this show, and these
what's
are
glyos?
glyos related, which means they are detachable at all of the articulation points where you can swap out parts, change up colors. If you have this guy in one color and another color, you can switch them out and give them all sorts of different parts and heads. And not only with this line in itself, but also with other lines that are glyos compatible, such as the Skeleton Warrior or the Titan Skeleton for
Fancy.
the October toys, or the glyos toys from Onell Design, or
Kotobushi? How do you say it?
Kabuto Mushi.
Kabuto Mushi. I never say it right.
From
I'm
God
so
Beast,
sorry, God Beast. I never say it right.
Nemo's Factory Toys.
there's a ton.
There's a bunch.
Yeah,
There's a list on the
Mystical
line.
Warriors of the Ring.
Yes.
But yeah.
Super side note, but if you haven't signed up yet, Onell Design, who has created the Glyos system, but part of the Glyos world, they not that long ago released Bitfigs, which are technically Glyos vending machine toys,
Yeah.
which is pretty
Which
exciting.
is,
Yeah.
I'm excited to finally
Yeah.
find that. When I find those,
Bitfigs.com.
Yeah, yeah,
for
I'm
more
gonna be
info.
running back with a pouch of quarters.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I'm getting a handful of them sent to me.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to getting them in my hand and checking them out. I've got a couple of the resin ones
I want the duck.
that they did, but yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
So I brought out a couple of figures that relate to this, or not they don't relate to this, but that are good things that you could play with this line with.
In the same
Okay.
genre, yeah.
So I'm gonna bring up one right here.
Oh, this is good.
And this is something you picked up at Toys
Oh
R Us.
yeah,
you know.
some Chap May.
True Legends. This is the Toys R Us.
Gotta love 'em. Come
yeah.
on.
The Toys R Us
I know they're
line
remakes,
of
but come on.
generic figures. But I thought this one would be cool to put on because of.
Ooh, sorry.
I've got a lot of the environments that they make for displays
They're
and stuff.
awesome. And that tree?
Yeah, Dragon is rad.
Well, and that's what I was thinking was, I know that the scale is technically for this guy, but how cool is that dragon going to look with
Yeah.
these guys?
Ah! Want. The good matching.
Let's see what these.
Oh, twist ties, bane of my existence.
I like this color, man. On this on the new Titan Skeleton.
Yeah, you're into it?
Yeah,
It's very chocolatey.
yeah.
Every
it
time
does.
I look at
That's what
it,
I
I
say. It looks like a Tootsie Roll. It's like it really does.
Now I want a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
I'm so suggestible.
Was that song? Everything I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
I think we owe somebody a quarter.
70s cartoons, yeah. 70s and 80s cartoons.
Oh, I didn't notice he had two different colored tongues until you pointed them right at me.
Yeah, he's got like.
See, I just bought him looking at the side.
I think they're two different heads.
Yeah,
too.
they're two different heads. Yeah, they're not even the same.
Man,
That's
So-
rad.
I wish I could remember, but I think that was like
I think it was
under
like
$20.
$13
It was like
or
14
something
bucks.
like
Yeah,
Like, how can you not get that
yeah.
for
Those are
14
pretty.
bucks?
There's a lot of value in these toys, for what you're.
Like the human, whatever. Like no one, you don't really, you don't buy this
that
for the
is-
human guy. But look at how great you can fight.
He's mad too. Look at him.
Well,
I
he's
think
tied to a.
he's tied. Yeah,
chair.
He's tied to a plastic. He's tied to a plastic thingamabob.
It's got a big screw in his back.
Like how much cooler is that now when you're battling
Yes.
this dragon and you've got this guy and how much bigger that guy looks now. Oh, and he's got a bit of the slime. in
yeah,
him.
that's
Yeah.
He could be that dude's beast or something that
Oh.
rides him.
what I was gonna do.
So yeah, I think that this line could have
To
a
battle!
really great play value on your
That's
shelves.
rad. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I love him on there. Oh, that's so good.
It's the giant Slurpee dragon. This one had the blue raspberry. This one had the wild cherry.
And they're angry because they ran out of sleep.
They got brain freeze. That's why they're mad.
And there's not a lot of crazy paint on these things, but
No,
they're
uh-uh.
still pretty awesome looking for what they are.
No,
and it
but-
comes with a bunch of weapons. If you a pot, I think maybe.
Is that what is that?
I don't know. There's
One
like
of
a
those things
Medusa.
that you hit, like tambourine, but filled in. Did you say a Medusa?
There's a Medusa shield. Actually, I wonder how these weapons work with this skeleton.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, this thing has real. This carry the figure.
Look at that. Now
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking.
Oh, that's so Harryhausen right there,
Now
man.
we've got weapons for this guy.
Yeah,
Yes. We did not intend that, but it's awesome that they work together.
yeah, that's totally Harryhausen. That's rad.
Ah.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah, like what is that?
That
a mirror?
is, yeah, maybe the mirror to reflect Medusa's visage back to her and turn her to stone.
Yes, I'm gonna go with that.
That's how I look
Chains.
at that. Yeah.
Zeus's lightning bolt. So yeah, I mean,
Lightning.
if you're looking for things like accessories or like you said, environments or dragons, things that you can't really get. Like, most companies aren't going to make things this large because it's just way too expensive. I don't know how they're getting their prices down to what they are.
These
for
are
these.
reused molds.
Is that what it is? Is that all it is? Is
Yeah. What's the name of the company?
Did you
They
say
used to
Chat
be?
May?
Chat May,
Yeah.
is the I don't know if that's the company that makes these, but
Those were the molds, though.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the old version.
I've been getting like the Animal Planet dinosaurs and stuff
Oh, those are
to use
great,
with them.
aren't they?
Those are really rad. I've got a bunch of the Animal Planet dinosaurs, but
They have some
this
really
is
good
really
stuff
cool.
in those lines.
That's really nicely articulated too on that neck. It's got a bunch of.
This foot doesn't really.
I mean, it's loose. It's a little. It's not like.
I mean, if you put both down, that's fine. As long as he's got 3 points, he's good. Oh, there you
That's
go.
right.
Perfect.
You could say. But I love these heads, especially this one with this.
You know, you say there's not a lot of paint, but they're kind of. I mean, there's a decent amount.
Yeah, it's got a nice wash on it. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that shield for
Yeah.
him.
Check that out.
Wow.
Check that out. He's pooping little purple dinosaur heads in the floor. It's great. Look at that.
So yeah, I mean, this is
Awesome.
I don't know, something cool to pick up if you want. Just check out your Toys R Us. I'm sure there's all sorts of things.
He's gonna hang from the tooth there. Ah!
And then I have one more piece that doesn't really fit in with the things we're talking about, but it's in the same feeling,
In the same realm.
in the same realm of this Underworld. I picked this up at PowerCon back in, what was that, June? And
Yeah.
it's been sitting in the
June,
closet. I
yes,
haven't
June.
even opened it yet. Who are these by?
Zolo
World?
World. Yeah, Mike Zolatoro.
Zolo World, and I got the Swamp Fiend Slime Drone.
Ooh.
I just got it because it was a purple skeleton.
How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
It looks like what's that guy's name? I see him on Facebook all the time. Facone?
I never.
Facone?
I can't say it
Yeah,
correctly, but his
Chris-
artwork's
Chris Facone
Chris Facone.
did a lot of the art for
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and
Amazing
his art's
art.
Awesome.
So good. Look at that skull head, like
Yeah.
so rad. So here, I've never actually opened one of these before, but let's check out a slimed purple thing.
Ooh, and the box is pretty.
Oh, is this slime? Oh, I think it's a bag of slime.
Well, you should check.
I mean, how do I check
Ew,
without getting
don't-
slime on me if it's slime?
Just look with your face.
Just look with your face. Here, dump it in my hand. If
Ew, ew,
if
no,
it burns.
No, don't.
Oh,
It's black slime.
Black slime?
Oh, yeah.
Is this homemade? Like, why is this
that
in this
is-
little pouch?
That's slime. Yeah.
How does it smell? Does it smell like 80s?
Does it smell like?
No?
Yeah. It smells like a melted Super Bowl.
Oh, weird. It does.
It doesn't have that. Yeah,
chemical
it doesn't
smell.
have that. It doesn't have that like powdery. Remember, like the old slime
Yeah.
had that powdery smell. But this is cool. It's about the same consistency though.
Oh, I think I got some on me.
It's kind of moist.
No, it's in your beard
Here,
forever.
you could throw that back in there. You don't have to keep that in your hand if you don't want.
It's like schnappt. That's cool though. That's a neat little
That's
little
cool if they put
inclusion.
slime in-
Yeah.
yeah, actual
I wonder
slime
what
in
the
there.
shelf life is on that, and if it. If
It's just a bag of dust
Yeah, it's like
after a
that
while.
seep out of the bag for people that are the on-card
Can't believe you touched
collectors.
that.
Look at that. A couple of weapons, too. So he's got a sword and a shield.
A little bigger than these skeletons. That's okay.
That's why I said it doesn't really fit in the size that we're looking at
That's
right
okay.
now. But they're still
Yeah, it's pretty rad though.
fun toys, I
How can
think.
you not like transparent purple?
That's kind of what I figured. Like,
It's kind
I
of
like skeleton
the
toys
weapons are
anyway.
kind of glittery too. That's
As is
kind
his
of cool.
belt.
Oh, and his belt is too.
So all the accessories
It's a
seem to have.
sparkle accessories.
Yeah,
He's fabulous. Skeleton.
it's fabulous. Oh, and the head is very rubbery.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just,
Is it like a roto vinyl head?
yeah, it feels like it. I
Oh,
mean,
that's
well, I mean,
cool.
it's yeah. No, these are really well done. These are really well made. This is actually the first time I've held one of these in my hand too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
also
this
see
is
the
cool.
little-
Look at that.
It's got a little
There's some more of that art.
yeah,
molar underneath. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
That's cool.
yeah, yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah, the packaging is superb on these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. I like all the art on the package.
There's a cool like sort of retro vibe about the skeleton.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the old Remco type figures.
Exactly.
So on the back, it talks about coming soon. Well, wave 3 and wave 4. So this, I don't even know what wave this is part of. but
Two?
There's a
Question
wave
mark?
1 and 2 out there somewhere. I don't know how many of these are even out.
Well, you can join the epic adventure of Realm of the Underworld.
There you go.
Right there. I'm guessing online at.
Underworldfigures.com or Zoloworld.com for more information.
Awesome. Man, that artwork.
I
is
love the art on here.
spectacular.
Yeah, he's so good. Probably shove
Very
some of that up on there. I guess that doesn't show anything.
How much were these going for?
I think they're like 25 or 30,
bad.
maybe somewhere in that range. I think it was like 25. if
And they
I'm
don't
not
make
mistaken.
a ton of these.
No, I mean this is an independent creator. This is
Yeah.
this is
Look at this epic battle that's happening here.
this is a pretty good battle.
I don't even know what side I'm on.
While you're setting these up, should we do a blind box real quick, or do we have enough time for that? Or
You know what? Let's say we'll have Brian on again.
all right,
We'll save that for next time because honestly, I don't think it can get better than this.
This is fun. He's sticking him in the face.
Slime and skeletons, you got slime, skeletons, and dragons.
yeah, this is a pretty epic table right here.
What's your favorite thing on the table?
Titan skeleton. I mean, come on, how could I not say the one that I sculpted? Come
You
on.
don't tell somebody they have an ugly baby.
Oh yeah, that probably wasn't a fair question. Never mind.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I like all of them. I bought all this stuff, so
Yeah.
it's kind of stuff that I'm into. This guy can suck an egg, but
He's kind of.
I don't need him in my life. But other than that, the rest of this stuff is cool.
So what do we do with him?
Decon extra box.
Oh.
So October Toys booth at Decon.
Decon.
If you want this dude,
He'll be in the extras package that I have, or the extras box that I have.
look at that, just shimmery gold.
Although he's pretty beefed out. Like, look at this weird articulation.
Yeah, yeah. That's for the.
bizarre.
He's got
Reaching back.
lightning bolt throwing action.
Reaching back and punching you in the face action.
Except he doesn't actually. You have to like. Make
No,
him do it.
no play feature.
That's okay. That's okay because we bought it for the dragon.
Exactly.
Right through the skull, man.
It'll cure his brain freeze. That looks awesome.
This guy's not as terrible as I was thinking, but I'm still.
Oh,
not
now
keeping
you like him?
I'm still not keeping it.
Okay, still available at Decon. Oh, I got the shield in his mouth. That's so good.
All right. Well, should we wrap? Is there anything else we want to talk about, or should we wrap this up?
No, I mean, well, we can have Brian back and talk about more things.
Let's do that. Oh,
Oh, everything. How's that gonna? Oh, these dragons are insane.
Ah! Oh no! All these heads are like candy.
They are like candy.
Look at
Let's
this
go get
head.
some candy.
This head is very reminiscent.
Oh, that's interesting.
I like that dragon. I mean, it's just cool dragon art. Like,
There's no other word. It's just
Yeah, these are
rad.
throwbacks to all the old like Remco warrior beasts and stuff. Like that was the Snake Man, and
I don't know anything about
That's
Remco or what Remco
these
is.
are pretty
Look it
cool,
up.
man. That's some great artwork, man. I want figures of all those guys.
I want all of his artwork. Like
Yeah.
every time he posts something, I'm like, I want that
Yeah,
in my life.
he did some Weaponeers artwork for us at one time.
Oh yeah.
We did a trade with him for some Frenzy Brothers figures that we had,
Ah.
and he did some artwork for the Weaponeers. So I'll have to dig that up.
I don't know if he ever has prints for sale, but I would love stuff from him.
I see stuff
More
he
stuff.
puts up on eBay every once in a while,
I
like
see like some little figures.
black and white art
Oh,
and
does he?
original drawings
No, I
and
want
stuff.
like color like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
In fact, I'm just gonna steal that package.
All right.
All right, well, that is it for this episode, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget you can check the show notes at toybreak.com for links to pretty much all of this stuff. Of course, don't forget your battle tribes and your Titan skeletons and all the other good things that we were talking about. You can also follow us online, facebook.com/toybreak. You can email us, info@toybreak.com. You can...
On TV!
No, he's training him.
Oh, is he training him? Yes.
It's
Throw
Yoda.
the lightning bolt, you must. Yes.
You you can also subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/toybreak. You can follow us on all the social medias at Toybreak. You can follow me at Aileen Gaspar.
At George Gaspar on Twitter and at Couch Crouch on Instagram.
I'm at Brian T. Stevenson on Twitter.
Brian T.K. Stevenson.
Yes, Brian T. Stevenson. Brian with an I, Stevenson with a V. You can also
T with a T.
You can also check out Spy Monkey Creations on Facebook. You can follow Battle Tribes on Twitter and on Instagram. And check us out at spymonkeycreations.com.
Awesome.
And if you like action figures at all, I know some of you that watch this are really only into designer vinyl and designer toys. You're not going to get much more designer than the dudes making it are sitting here. Like, this is designer toys. I know it's not the urban vinyl or anything like that.
There's a
but
wide
if
encompassing
you at
scene.
all like action figures, pick one of these up and just play with it and put it in your pocket, because it's a fun little dude.
Hand candy.
Yeah, it's a fun little dude to put in your pocket.
Hand candy!
Hand candy.
Oh!
Clumsy hand
Got
candy.
excited.
That was not one of ours.
I got too excited, sorry. Anyway, thanks for being on, Brian.
Thank you for having me. This was
Thank
fun.
you. Let's keep doing it. We'll do another one.
All right.
Awesome. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!